And what I want couples to know is that communication is what keeps the passion alive in a relationship. The problem is that even if you don't have good communication skills, in the first 3 years of a relationship, there will be passion. There will be attraction. But if you don't have good communication skills, if you don't develop them in that time, the passion will go away. Literally, it's like God gives us free hormones for 3 years. The hormones of passion and attraction. And without those hormones, the relationship starts settling down, the passion goes away, the interest goes away. You start finding when you're less interested in your partner that you put less into the relationship. And I'm speaking more a bit about men here. Men tend to lose interest in the relationship. Women tend to have more interest in complaining about the relationship. It's amazing, women, you have to watch. Your greatest skill can become your greatest problem. Women see everything. When they fall in love with a man, they see him and they see all of his potential. So they're so happy. 3 years passes, reality sets in. And suddenly, she doesn't have the same response to him because in the beginning when she was in love, she really didn't know who he was. She saw all this great potential. Then after he's been late 30 times, she goes, there's nothing going to change this guy. And so her feelings start becoming less and less. But potential is a great thing. It's what gives us hope. And women will often see a man's potential, fall in love with that potential, but then they'll try to pull that potential out of him and have the opposite effect. One of the chapters in Men Are From Mars is describing women is called the Home Improvement Committee. When a woman loves a man, this gene inside of women, and men don't have it, it's called the improvement gene. No matter how good something is, it can always be improved, right? Well, women have that gene, men don't. A man's gene says, the Martian gene is if something works, don't mess with it. From a woman's point of view, if something works, let's see how much better we can make it work. So it's like, it's improve it, let's change it. So a woman falls in love with a man, she goes, okay, now how are we going to change him? Men and women are so different when we get married. A woman's thinking, okay, now we're married, now things are going to change. Now my love will bring out the best of him. Now I can improve him. Men get married, they think just the opposite. They go, dear God, please don't change anything. See, we don't want you to change at all. We want you to stay the same. Women want us to change. The truth is, women, you have a huge power to change a man. Women bring out the best in men, but they're not trained how to not get in their way. The way women try to improve men tends to cause men to not change. But how many women feel that irresistible urge to try to improve your partner? Raise your hands. Be proud of it. You're women. That's what you do. And if you're not even aware of it, become aware of it. Because it's one of the biggest sabotaging things you can do in a relationship. Your husband's tie's not right. Let somebody else point it out to him. Unless he says to you, do you think my tie looks good? He's eating a meal and he's ordering a dessert. And you look at him like you're his mother. You know what the doctor said? You shouldn't be eating that. How can he have passion for you that night? How can he feel connected to you? Suddenly you're treating him like a child. And some women say, but he behaves like a child. I say, if you treat him like a child, he'll behave like a child. But women tend to give unsolicited advice. How can I help him? Let me suggest this. Let me suggest this. Let me suggest this. And what you unknowingly do is push away the man you love the most in life. Now what men do is just almost the same, but with a different twist, almost an opposite twist. Men want to give advice to women, not about so much what you should do, or some of us will do that, but generally what we want to give women advice about is how you should feel. And women, you know how much you hate that. You're upset. He says, oh, you shouldn't be upset. How many women can relate to men doing that to you? Raise your hands. Now, how many, 2 hands, if you hate it, raise your hands. Men don't understand how sensitive women are about this issue. If I'm talking to another guy and he's upset about something, I can easily say, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. It's tomorrow. They go, okay, well, have a drink and watch TV. It's no like big issue. Try saying that to your wife. She won't be your wife for long. See, whenever a woman's happy, it brings a man up. When a man's happy, it does little for a woman. Because see, her world of being is not based upon taking credit for his happiness. That's not what makes her feel good. She doesn't go bragging, I made my husband happy, made my husband happy, made my husband happy. You know what women brag about? He made me happy. That's what women talk about. Oh, he did this for me. Oh, he did this for me. He noticed I got my hair cut. By the way, I failed on that one this week, but I'll usually win that point. One of Bonnie's girlfriends, we'd go for a walk on Sunday with another couple, and the couple we came in, and the woman said to Bonnie right away, she goes, oh, you got your hair cut, sister, you look great. I went, oh yeah, honey, your hair looks great. She goes, nah, too late for you. It's a whole thing about women, you know. It's not always about content, men. It's feeling, it's attention, it's being noticing things. Noticing things makes women really happy. And it took a long time for me to figure out. I'm still not A+ at it, but I'll get my A+ from time to time. But she'll say to me on like Monday, she'll say, I'm going to get my hair cut on Thursday. And I used to wonder for the longest time, why does she tell me? Who cares? I mean, I don't go around saying to my friends, hey, I'm going to get my hair cut this Thursday. I mean, just don't do that. So it took a long time. These things would hit me. I go, why is she telling me this? You know, I go, oh, good to know. Yeah. But then I was realizing the reason she's telling me is so that on Thursday I'm prepared to notice she got her hair cut. Because it makes a world of difference. If she comes home and says, what do you think of my haircut? It means nothing to her. Oh, looks good, you look great. That means nothing, no points, nothing. But if she comes home and you go, oh, you got your haircut, you just scored 1,000 points right there. So here's this man who only does what he has to do. So in the beginning when he's dating you, he knows, I have to communicate to you that you're special, that you're important, that I love you, that I think you're beautiful, that you're interesting to me, that I want to have a relationship with you, that you're the #1 person I want to have a relationship, that I have special feelings for you that I don't have for anybody else. So in the beginning of a relationship, he knows he has to communicate that. So he does. Statistically, men talk more on the 3rd date than any other time in the relationship. That's about the time when he's sizing up the situation, and he's letting you know some of his feelings and where he wants to go with this thing. It's almost like I introduced myself to you. Hi, I'm John Gray. I've communicated that. Now, let's say we're in a relationship. Do I remind you every time I see you? Hi, it's me, John Gray. No, I don't have to, because you should know. I've told you that. Well, that's the way men think about dating. I did all that dating stuff. You should know I like you. Why do I have to do it anymore? See, this is the Martian mentality. Men don't know if you want a happy woman, you have to do the dating stuff. There never comes a day when you don't have to do it if you want this to be a happy woman. If you want to be the one who can take credit for some of that happiness, you have to do the little stuff. See, that's what dating is. Dating is the little stuff. Like I know, oh, you look great tonight. Oh, I like those earrings. Oh, I love your hair this way. It's changed, it's different. See, that's the little stuff. See, it all comes down to scoring points. And women score points differently from men. Men, we know how we score points. Men are very conscious of scoring points, by the way. Women are not so conscious of it, but they do it all the time in relationships. Men score points in life all the time. It's like, by the car you drive is how many points you've scored. See, men are looking at their income, their job position, and all those things. So if you work for a company, if you make the company a lot of money, you get a big reward, right? That's a lot of points. If you work for a company, you do a job that makes a little money, you get a little points. That's the way men are always thinking. Do big things, get more points. Do little things, get little points. If you sit on the bench, you're a good supporter on the team, but you don't get the glory. You run the touchdown, you get the glory. So men are going, I want to run the touchdown. Big stuff gets big points. That's the way men think. So they assume women think that way. Women don't think that way. They can relate to that. They can relate to everything I say about Mars. But they have got other genes. They got other hormones. Their brains are different. It's a whole different world that women live in. The big stuff is not more important than the little stuff. It's still important, but it's not more important than the little stuff. And if you take away the little stuff, you're losing points every day. And let me explain how that works. It's the Venusian scoring system. On Venus, and I heard this as a little boy. I didn't buy it. My mother said, now remember, it's not the present that counts, it's the thought that counts. The thought that counts, the thought's nothing. I want the actual thing. But on Venus, the thought is just as important as the present. The wrapping is just as important as the present. The card is more important than the present. If I just go get the present, I buy an expensive present for my children. I have 3 daughters, wife, female dog, female rabbit, the whole kabang. Venus surrounds me. I bring them a present. I figure I'm getting a great expensive present. That ought to be enough. No. It's the wrapping that they get all excited about. It's the card. Where's the card? Where's the ribbon? Where's the fluff on the ribbon? You got to make the ribbons go like this. All those details. The big talk of town at holiday time at my house is, I wrapped the presents. He wrapped the present. You wrapped the present? He wrapped the present. Who wrapped this present? I wrapped the present. It's like nobody's talking about what I bought for them. So what happens is that men give a lot of points for something big and little points for something little. Women give equal points for every act of love. Big act of love, 1 point. Little act of love, 1 point. Now think about this, guys. This makes good mathematical sense. You can use this to your advantage. That little gene, never do what you don't have to do, can really be happy here. You don't have to do big stuff to make women happy. You can be the conqueror, you can be the king, you can be the hero of the day by doing little stuff. Little stuff does not take a lot of time, energy, or money.